Hi guys. So, despite the depressing tone of my last video and the depressing content, I decided to make another video tonight because, even though I just started, I feel like it's been a while since I put one up, and I kind of felt bad about that. As well as I just kind of am in the mood for making a video now, now that I've got everything set up and out and all. So, today I'm going to be giving you tips based on my experience of how to feel more masculine for anybody that wants to feel more masculine. Trans guys, non-binaries, just trans masculine people, gender fluids, bigenders, anybody. And if I left anybody out, agenders. I'm like, if I left anybody out, I'm really sorry. Anybody that wants to feel more masculine, if it doesn't matter if it's, your body or different things. I'm gonna go over a variety of things if I can keep my thoughts straight. So, I wanted to start out with some very basic and things that people generally think of. Binding is the first one because I know for me, my chest is a big issue and it gives me a lot of dysphoria. Both how it looks and how it feels, it's not supposed to be like that. So I just wanted to talk briefly about this because I did do a GC2B binder review, and once I eventually get a smaller size and try it out enough and everything, I will do another review. But basically, binding is a great way to feel more masculine. Warning, please never use ace bandage to bind. It bruises your ribs because every time you breathe it grows tighter. It's not made for binding, it's made for compressing wounds and stopping all kinds of things with really bad wounds, it stops the blood flow with bandages under it, or it's for compressing swelling. It's not for binding your chest. And the reason that everyone stresses this so much is because it can break your ribs. It can literally break your ribs, and it can do other things that will disqualify you from having. I hate when there's noises, little random noises in the house, because then I feel like someone is coming in my room and I freak out. Okay, everything's fine. I'm gonna listen for a sec just to make sure. Okay, sorry, I'm an insanely paranoid person. Getting back on track, it can disqualify you from having top surgery. I don't really know these reasons, but I know that it does damage your chest in a way that a lot of times they can't because it's just too dangerous and it could just hurt you more. So just don't bind with ace bandage. I understand if you don't have anything and you just really want to, but don't do it. Just listen to Connor. Don't do it. Yeah, so binding, like I said, it's just a great way to feel more masculine because it does compress your chest. And now it's different for everyone. It's not just, I figured this out, it's not just about size, there's also the density. Perkiness or sagginess. If it's saggier, you're gonna have an easier time binding it because there's less dense fat in there. And it also is an issue of size. My size is an issue. It makes it harder to really feel and look really truly masculine. But either way, it's a great way to do it. There are some great DIYs all over YouTube, on Pinterest, just anywhere online. So if you don't have the money or the means to buy a binder, a real binder, go online. There are plenty of DIYs and stuff that I'm sure that you could get. You could just buy at a store. So that being said, I only have experience with a real binder. If you want to find out my experience with that, go check out my binder review. Okay, so moving on, I'm going to talk about packing. And now this is, okay, I don't want to generalize people. I feel, personally, that this is something that goes more for trans people, transgender males. Because I feel like the only reason that I really hate my vagina is because I'm trans and I feel like I should have a dig. But, don't want to generalize people. If you aren't trans and you still want to make a bulge, that's great. This is what I'm going to talk to you about. So again, the best thing is always to buy an actual product. It will look and feel the most real. I currently have a STP packer, the Mango. It's one of the less popular ones, but I'm going to try it because it's smaller and I'm pretty small as a person. So that's coming to me via a good friend, a good adult friend of mine. So that's always the best way, but again, a lot of people don't have the means to get it or the money. So there are quite a few DIY packers. There's a ton of them. And I just realized that I forgot one of the things that I need. I'll be right back. Okay, hopefully there will be no more interruptions to this video. I'm sorry. I did not plan this as well as I thought I did. So basically, if you don't have the means or the money to buy one, there are plenty of DIYs on the internet. I'm not gonna do a DIY because I'm not good at that. So there's plenty of things you can do. I'm just gonna show you what I do and something else that I tried, which I have in my hands right now, and I'm playing with it because it's like a dick. And I'm gay. Sometimes I hate myself. I'm such a dork. Basically, what I use to pack is literally just a sock that is rolled over itself and a pin, because otherwise it moves all around. It becomes a big issue of trying to readjust it during the day. I use this for a couple reasons. One, it's like an exercise sock. It's fairly flat, so it doesn't create that big of a bulge. I only use it, I don't use it when I wear my exercise shorts because it'll be noticeable. I use it in my men's jeans and my joggers because it's not as noticeable then, because if my parents noticed, they would flip. So basically, I just use this, and honestly, it works pretty well. You know, I mean, I'm not completely satisfied with how everything feels, but I can still feel that there's something down there, and that's a great feeling. And I think it passes realistically in, you know, pants. And, you know, if you have something like boxers, you just clip it in. And I clip it into my briefs because they're not super tight, and even though it stays, it still, like, moves around a little bit, and I don't like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this in my pants and show you guys what it looks like. So as you know, these are just exercise shorts. I'm really too lazy to put on actual pants to show you, and you know, of course, when I get my actual packer, I definitely will do that. Basically, this is just kind of what it looks like in exercise shorts, and just kind of what it looks like in general. I mean, it looks kind of like a fairly natural bulge. It's just, you know, it's there, and it's a bulge. So all in all, I think that works pretty well. I'm not, you know, long-term happy with it. I want something that actually looks like a dick, which is why I bought a packer, and an STP packer at that, because I also really want to piss standing up. So I also, at one point, you know, I wasn't really sure if a sock looked right, so I kind of wanted to look online and kind of find something that was more dick-like, to make as a packer. So I made this. I'm a child. So this is interesting. If you want to DIY how to do it, a lot of people do it, just look it up. Basically, it involves like 2 or 3 socks, and you roll one in on itself, and you make 2 little balls and put them in a sock, and it's really, really weird. Mine is not the best quality. There's a ton of tape on it, and I didn't really make the balls very well. I was kind of lazy. But basically, it's not that hard to make, all in all. My problem I find with it is I find that it just kind of sticks out, and it just kind of looks like you've got like the teeniest bit of a semi-hard arm, and I don't know. I personally don't like it, and also it rubs the tape. But you don't have to make it with tape. The other guy tied it. I didn't have a string. But all in all, I think it would work if I actually put the time into it. But I'm lazy. I don't do that. So I'm just going to show you what this looks like. So from the side, it looks kind of the same as the other one. It does stick out a little more. And from the front view, you know, I think it's a little more obvious, but otherwise it's pretty much just kind of a normal packer. So yeah, there is plenty of things that you can do online. I'm gonna put packing aside. Done with that part of the video. So the next thing I wanted to talk about was working out. Those of you that go, no, I don't want to work out, it's too much effort. I feel you. Working out is hard, and it takes a lot of effort, and I didn't do my workout today because I was lazy. Also, I'm really sore from a couple days ago when I did it. Excuses. But basically, I understand that it's hard. But working out releases a certain hormone in your brain that makes you happy, which of course is always a good thing. It also helps a lot with depression. It helps me with my depression. Where was I going with this? Working out, I mean, just in general, it helps like the physique, is that what you call it? It helps your body shape, it helps it to be a little more masculine. And just like, I don't have much muscle, I don't. I have puny, tiny muscles. But just basically like, I don't know, I like doing that. I'm a dork. But basically just having that muscle definition makes me feel more masculine. It just does, because generally when you think about it, generally, women are very powerful and they can have just as much and more muscle than men. Not saying anything about that. I'm just saying that generally when you look at it, males tend to have more muscles. And so a lot of people associate muscles with men. And so just in general, working out makes me feel good, and then gaining the muscle, it just makes me feel more masculine. Man, it's getting hot in here. Oh, my next topic. It's awkward that I just said it's getting hot in here. So my next topic, I'm not going to talk very much about this because it's a very personal thing. But basically, masturbation. Now I know any person who's transmasculine, or especially transgender, and like wants a dick, you're gonna go, no, I don't want to have anything to do with my genitals. And listen, I understand. I absolutely hate my genitals, and they're disgusting. But when it comes to masturbation, it kind of changes a little bit. If you completely ignore the fact and you make contact with an item and not with your hands, it's really easy to ignore, especially when you're giving yourself pleasure. And now this is a total stereotype. There's a stereotype that men just generally masturbate and that they do it a lot more than women. There are a lot of women that do it, and there are some men that don't do it. But it is a general thing that people generally think. And so that in itself makes me feel like, oh, I'm a horny teenage boy. That was bad. I am making a total fool of myself in this video. No one's gonna watch my videos anymore. Anyways, and also, it's a stress reliever. Believe it or not, very similar hormones, but stronger, are released. Hormones similar to the ones released when you work out, also released when you orgasm, except they're stronger and more powerful, and it leaves you feeling relaxed, and it's great. The first time can be a rough ride. It was for me. It was really weird, but it gets great, and it's better to use something, especially something that vibrates. It works a lot better, and it feels a lot great, better, more good. I'm feeling awkward now. So basically, I'm just gonna say, if you want to know more about FTM or transmasculine masturbation, go over to Uppercase Chase 1's channel. He has an amazing video about that. He's not shy or awkward about it at all, and I'm gonna lead you there if you need some help. So, next I'm gonna talk about something that's gonna make you think you're a little crazy. I got a 20% battery thing. Oops. You can narrate yourself sometimes, and this is weird, but I do it. If you in your own home, if your parents don't call you by the right pronouns or the right name, or even if you're totally closeted and your friends don't either, it literally helps to go around narrating yourself as Connor and as he. Like, I'll go around and I don't know, I'll just refer to myself as that in my own head, or even sometimes narrate what I do, and it helps. It's really weird, but it makes me think more of myself as Connor and as a male, so it's great. Also, one thing that can help is, this can go along with working out, or if you don't want to work out. There are lots of lists online of foods that boost testosterone, as well as foods that boost estrogen. So you want to avoid those estrogen boosting foods, and you want to eat more of the testosterone boosting foods. And that can just help you feel better in general. It can have some effects. It depends on how much of it you eat and how much you balance things and how much effort you put into everything. That's the whole thing about life. What you put in is what you get out. That's just like a basic law of life. And I've definitely found that out recently. But basically, I don't know, that's something that you can do. If you really can't do or get anything else, look at the foods and just think of yourself like, hey, I'm fueling myself with testosterone. I'm a man. Great. So another thing I wanted to talk about is birth control. And now, I don't know if you can take birth control while on testosterone, because birth control is essentially estrogen. Because what happens is when you have your period, your testosterone level rises and then you bleed. It's really weird. So I don't know if you can do this while on testosterone, but if you're like in high school and you're like me and you can't be on testosterone, it's great. because you can avoid having a period for a very long time. And that's great because periods make us all feel nasty and icky and feminine, and it's gross. Moving on. So I also just have a few little items that I've collected, and I collect items when I can. So I want to talk about, first of all, underwear. Everybody knows that I wear these, oh, you can't even see them. Oh, I'm not tall enough for this. I wear these nice Polo Ralph Lauren Polo, whatever. Yeah, Polo Ralph Lauren briefs, and they're great. Really just briefs in general. This was just what they had at the store when I went to get underwear. Wearing masculine underwear helps a lot, because even if no one else sees it, you see it, and you feel it, and you're like, yeah, I'm a man today. So masculine underwear helps a lot. And also, boxers. I personally wear briefs. I don't generally wear boxers, but boxers are great because, I mean, first of all, they're just very comfortable. They're very loose and comfortable. They're great to sleep in, you know, like if it's a super hot night, sleep in boxers. It's great. There's something that it tends to be easier to get your parents to buy because you're just like, oh, I just want them to sleep in. My friend has some and they have them to sleep in and they're comfortable. I want some to sleep in. It tends to be pretty easy. They're like shorts, so you can like walk around your house and not be like, oh, I'm so naked. You know, like if I walked around in briefs, I would feel really weird and really naked. And you know, they are a masculine clothing item, and they're just great. And if you don't have access to any other underwear and you get your parents to buy them and you wear them, even if it's not the preference, it's still masculine clothing and it's great. And then a few other things that I've picked up. One, deodorant. This is my Axe deodorant. It's very good smelling, and I actually smell right now, so I probably need to put some on. But just getting something like that and just, you know, smelling it and having that smell on you is great. It makes you feel better. Going along with that, any kind of body spray. This is a really nice one I got from Bath & Body Works at the mall. It's a men's. They have little men's sections, and it just smells great. It just smells great. And when I spray it around, I'm like, oh, my room smells like a teenage boy's, and it just makes me feel better. Going along with this, if you have a Bath & Body Works near you, they also, oh, I love how that smells. They also have hand sanitizer, and it's like specifically for men, which is weird, but it does say for men on it. This glare is horrible. Is it upside down? It's upside down. I'm sorry. Ocean for men. Okay, I sprayed too much. Basically, it is basically hand sanitizer that has a more cologne-like musky scent, so it's more masculine. That's always very easy to pick up. And then also, just because I really like the smell, I have Abercrombie and Fitch cologne, and I'll use that to spray around my room too, and it's great. So that's all I have for today's video. Those are the things that I currently use for, oh man, I sprayed way too much. Those are the things that I currently use for feeling more masculine. I forgot the thing on my head. Hats. Hats are great because I have beanies too. Beanies and snapbacks are great because beanies can hide your hair and snapbacks tend to be things that boys wear, so it can make you feel more masculine. I'm a mess. Anyways, so that's all I have for this video. If you have any other tips or suggestions or things that you use, I really sprayed too much. Go ahead and let me know in the comments. If you have any like videos you want me to do, let me know, and if I can do them, I will do them. But that's all I have for today, so thank you guys for watching, thank you guys for dealing with my craziness scrambling around in a totally unorganized video. Thank you for being there to support me, I love you guys, bye!